What's going on, guys? My name is Steve from 24 Games and welcome to my sanctuary start of my build, I guess, because it's nowhere near complete, but I've made a start. Pretty good start, I think. I didn't really know where I was going with it, so I just kind of started with this house, kind of done some building, and then it kind of spread over to that house, but we'll get to that later on. So let's have a quick look. We get our eye in the sky. Let's have a quick look at what it looks like on the outside, and then we'll move in and take a look inside. Because it's basically this one building is pretty much done now. There's nothing I really want to add to it, to be honest. But as you can see, the outside, there's not much going on. I just filled in some of the gaps. And I've added a walkway, as you can see, on the roof, which actually extends onto this bus and over to the next house, which we'll get to later. But the front is got quite a lot going on the front itself. As you can see, we have a little porch kind of area, which is just a roof, I believe, from the barns section. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's from that. And also the wooden support beams are from that as well. And then we just got like some scaffolding with some ramps kind of leading up to the roof. And I just put some random kind of sheets of can't remember what it's called, but they're metal sheet things, and some wood as well, and some tires I collected from around the place, and just chuck some little bits and bobs down. Got some wooden support beams. These are from the don't like the ball kind of mechanism thing you have. It's basically the support beams to hold up the runway for the ball itself. I've just kind of chucked them down here, and as I've just noticed, it's not even connected on that side, so I need to sort that out later on. But yeah, the only mod I am using, which doesn't actually affect anybody downloading this, is place anywhere, which allows me to place anything anywhere, as you can see. And it also allows me to rotate and resize objects as well, as you might see. This wall is obviously a lot smaller than this wall, and that's basically allows me to do that, just to mix some stuff up a little bit. But yeah, I got some junk fences kind of on the roof here. I was going to make a kind of massive wall kind of going all the way around this place, and then I was like, I don't know how to make it look good without it just looking kind of crazy and massive and just out of place. And then I actually came up with the idea of adding a bus in between here to kind of join this section together. But I'm not too sure how I'm going to build this kind of wall around. I'm just going to build and see where it goes. So yeah, so we got some junk fences, and we also got some kind of flooring up on here as well. So you can go up on the roof and kind of walk around, which is kind of pretty cool. So yeah, if we come down to here, we got a little shop right here. This is where the kind of garage area was originally, and I just added a junk fence doorway, rotated it, actually made it a little bit bigger than what it's normally like, and then I just added a general store in it, put some wired fence in, and added one of these kind of wooden leather things. I don't even know what they are, but they're from Far Harbor mod, or in the DLC, should I say, not the mod. But yeah, I put a little car up on here as well, and I put a little campfire inside, because why not? It looks pretty cool. Also moved the car out from the garage out here, put a sofa in it, chucked a radio on, and some little candles to light, so people can kind of chill inside there. What I like to do is kind of look what I have around kind of already here, and kind of work with it, kind of use it and kind of implement it and build on it, rather than just kind of spawning loads of new stuff in. Because a lot of stuff, if you haven't got mods like these cars, you can't actually spawn in. So it's kind of just making the most of the objects that are already here. I'm not too sure if you can move these without place anywhere mod, But you can kind of just build this just over in there. But saying that, it's a bit hard. You have to do some glitches to get the sofa and everything in there. But yeah, it's just, this is the way I like to build. I like to kind of just add kind of random stuff. And also with the fence, I've kind of added a fence on the front. Made it kind of broken off a little bit so it doesn't hide too much of the front and what's going on. Kind of placed the fence on the floor as well to kind of show it's broken. And it hasn't just disappeared. Kind of done the same thing around this side as well. Made it kind of come off a little bit broken. I did a little bit of fence kind of leaning up against it as well. I've actually done the same kind of thing around here. As you can see, I've added some random bits of fences. But instead of, it's actually a gate, but instead of just kind of getting rid of them, I've kind of just stacked them up against the wall. So it looks like they're kind of going to be repairing them and going to be reusing them. But yeah, it's kind of just, it looks right. It looks low friendly, it looks right. Nothing looks too kind of out of the ordinary apart from that bus, and wondering how the fuck they got that bus up there. But they probably used some crazy kind of giant tree crane medieval thing. I don't know. But yeah. And I think if you're going to use something like I have here, obviously if you're on PC, because obviously Place Anywhere doesn't actually work on console because they gotta do something with, I don't know, but basically it doesn't work on console. They can't get to work on console. Use Place Anywhere to kind of rotate it a little bit so it's not kind of perfectly flat, because it kind of just kills the look of it and makes it kind of, it looks like it's been placed rather than kind of natural looking like I've done here. And the same thing with like support beams and random stuff like that. Kind of just rotate them a little bit. I've kind of done it with the support beams on the front, even on here. And the roof itself is not actually perfectly straight. It's slightly kind of tilted. You can't really notice it, but believe me, it's slightly tilted. But yeah, so enough kind of chit chat about what's going on out here. Let's jump down and actually take a wanders inside. Yeah, so I've kind of worked with what I had kind of already in here, and like I said, I just add to it. Like for example, this kind of door was like hanging off on the front, and obviously it wouldn't close. So instead of just deleting it, I just stacked it by the side, because it kind of just makes sense of it being like just stacked to the side rather than completely being removed. Like the windows, I've added these, I think they're the warehouse section. It's kind of like the little window thing, and I just added a smaller kind of flag. Got one of these picture frames that were kind of randomly stacked around, rotated it, leaned it a little bit, stuck it on there, put some lights on. It kind of makes it look busy, so it takes away the kind of obviousness of something being placed. That's not really a word, but yeah, it takes away the fact that something's clearly been placed in the window and it's kind of glitching through. It kind of just, it sells the idea of the window. I've even stacked some chairs. I thought this was quite a good idea. I was gonna I don't even know what I was gonna do with these chairs, but I was just randomly placing them, and I was kind of moving them out of the way, and I accidentally placed one on top of each other, and I thought, oh, I can just stack the chairs. Does that kind of make sense? So I just stacked that over there. I added some of these kind of decoration things from Far Harbor, because I think they look cool. And got a little clock and everything. Little window kind of thing here. And I placed the sign so it kind of breaks up a little bit and makes a little window rather than a massive gash in the side of the building. Yeah, and over here I just got one of these barbecues kind of shrunken in. And I actually got a campfire which has been made really small and placed inside there. So it's kind of, it's a working kind of cooker looking thing. Yeah, but this is the amazing thing about Place Everywhere. I think Bethesda should really think about allowing people to place stuff wherever they want, resize it, kind of rotate and everything, because that kind of just makes sense. Being able to place something where you want to place it is law friendly and it makes sense. I don't know why they didn't do it from the get-go. But yeah, all I've done over here is kind of like the same thing. I've put a barn window thing over there. I've kind of rotated it a little bit because it was kind of like all and even, and it sells it. If we take a look on the other side, might be able to see a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see, I've kind of rotated it a little bit, and it just sells the whole look of it. I did another American flag over there because this person's like crazy into America stuff. We also got this little flag over here. Add some more lights because I kind of like that look. It looks pretty cool. I put a random folded chair over here because, yeah, I didn't like the way this kind of white bit of wood was looking, where it kind of glitched into the bottom. So kind of to hide that, I just chucked that down. Obviously I filled in some holes and whatnot. There was already a table thing here, so all I did was put one of these flooring things on top of it to kind of make it into a proper like table without any holes in the top. And I chucked one of them foot lockers, I think they're called, down to the bottom. I think this is an umbrella, yeah, umbrella stand. Chucked that. I think I found that like randomly out there somewhere, and I just added that. Yeah, it's basically, as you can see, it's still got a magazine here. I like this little thing. I kind of did this, I think, in my vault build. It's like the little cat dish, and I put a candle in and stuff, the wax going everywhere. It works. It works. Yeah, so if we go over here, I haven't actually done anything in this room, except for I added these candle things on the wall. I don't know if I'm going to actually do anything in these rooms, because it kind of works as is. It's just the bedrooms I've kind of added to. Obviously I filled in this window. Some bed, also done the same kind of idea with this. There's an ashtray, I'm not too sure what it is. But kind of just put in a candle. It works. It works. It works. It works. Got a bed over here. And all the junk in this room, I've literally just used it to board up this window, and I chucked a mattress as well up. So kind of just board up this window because, hey, use what you got. And then in this room, I'm going to fold the table kind of up against this dresser. Just some little kind of random bits. Don't know why we've got a Nuka Cola thing in here, but we have, because why not? And as you can see, I've done the same kind of thing with the stuff that was already in this room. I used up to board up the window. It's like this bed. I tilted up, leaned up against the window, and also put this dress up against there, and used some paintings as well, kind of block out a lot of the holes and gaps. And I just put some random kind of clutter down, because why not? It kind of works. Yeah, with the whole lighting, I don't want too much kind of electricity being used. Only want small amounts. I kind of like these lightings because it works with the whole kind of apocalypse kind of vibe. But as you can see, other than them, it's basically lanterns and candles. Even in this room, they're actually candles and not lights. Yeah, it works. It works. So let's go into this little place. This is the shop kind of area. Just got random clutter everywhere. These things from the Far Harbor really work. They really help to fill in like gaps and just add clutter without having to kind of really put in the work. And there's that door. Now, I think it was originally laying flat down on the floor. I just kind of leaned it up over there because why not? And this is shop area. If you're wondering what's going on with the bottom bit, that's simply a cage. I think it's the small cage. If we kind of jump on out here, close that door up. All it is junk fences kind of all around here. And if we go on out to the front, yeah, it's just a cage. And I picked the green one, simple for the fact is it's a general trade thing and it's green. So it kind of works like they've obviously painted on these signs and they also painted on these. Or kind of the metal they used for these were also found with the metal used to build this. It kind of just works. It looks cool. It fills in the gaps. It does its job. Okay, so let's move on to the next bit, which I haven't actually done much work on. I've only just started, and I'm thinking of actually kind of building on camera for a lot of this. But we'll get to that and see what actually goes on. So with the next one, I had another one of these cars, which was obviously parked right by there. So I kind of moved out. Originally I placed it by there, and I was like, how can I use this? And I brought it back, and I noticed there was a huge kind of gap, because this one doesn't actually have the roof on like this one. It kind of is just gapped and opened. So I was like, I can kind of make the front of the shop with the car. So that's exactly what I did. Kind of placed it sideways by here. Placed the vendor kind of in it. And it works. And all I got down here is kind of some flooring. I think it was from the barn or the warehouse or one of them. It's kind of this type of flooring as you do, and I just got 2 cages to either side, which are orange because it kind of matches the red. And I got these kind of table things, which is from the Far Harbour, and I just used these as the ramp itself to lead on up to here. And that's kind of what I got going on here. And I got this kind of metal stand thing with the skulls in. I actually got a candle on top of the skulls to kind of show us the clinic, because death shows us the clinic. Because that makes sense. I got a little table just to kind of fill in that gap. And if we move on over here, as you can see, I've actually put one of the vendors on top as like a sign. Obviously I'm going to be filling in this gap, so you're not going to be able to see it floating there. It works. It kind of looks cool. And I also got a vendor kind of coming out the window over here. I actually got 2. I got one shrunken into the ground by here to kind of show support, but it also allows for the kind of the white cross and the chem sign to be on the bottom as well. And that's kind of going to be a vendor kind of part, but and this is going to be like the hospital kind of thing of this place. But yeah, so far it looks pretty good. I haven't actually done anything inside here yet. The bus itself as well, all I did was kind of slant it and just add support underneath. And I added this kind of scaffolding walkway up onto here, and that actually goes in the bus itself. I just put a board down on here so you can kind of walk over. And this is just the corner kind of junk fence bit where I can actually get up. Yeah, and this is just the corner kind of junk fence bit going on here to kind of show that it's kind of holding it in place. And all I've kind of done down here is just put like the floor, the wooden floor with the supports, and I also put one of these kind of bridges things. I also got 2 over here kind of holding it, and I got one of these scaffoldings kind of slanted and holding up the middle. But yeah, you can still kind of walk through here. It doesn't actually block you from getting through, so it kind of works. It kind of works. But yeah, and this is what I've kind of done so far. What am I going to be doing next? Obviously I'm going to be working on a clinic. I'm just kind of going to go with it. I'm not too sure how I'm going to build this over there. I really want to kind of wall off. Not actually wall off, kind of do what I'm doing here and kind of build in the gaps and connect every building together. But I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I might do it for like just this kind of corner bit by here to kind of block off on the back side. And I might leave this all open because obviously I can build down here. It's kind of, I don't know. Let's see how it goes, and we'll just go with it and see what happens. But yeah, it's working. It's working. I like the way it's going. Yeah. That's it. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and thanks for watching.